Hello, 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 beautiful lights, and welcome to Agape Tarot. This is going to be something completely different. I was called by my guides to discuss a little bit about myself and a very pivotal time on my journey, my great awakening. So this happened 2020. But it really started back in 2019. But I wasn't aware of it at the time. With all the toxicity that was happening, it seeped into me and I became so angry. It was like this evil force had taken over me. So with that and meeting who I thought was my twin flame caused an abrupt and powerful transformation. My whole life changed. What I thought I wanted or who I was, all changed. I made very bold moves and had no fear to do them. But I didn't like that energy that was surrounding me at the time. I awoke and started seeing things so clearly. The downloads through signs and music, dreams started happening. One of my first downloads was a phrase that came to me, and this is on my Facebook page. It's been there since 2020, and it will remain. I am nothing, yet I am everything. I am not here nor there, but everywhere. I am. See, we believe that the flesh is everything, yet it is nothing. It is our soul that is eternal and is everything. Your soul exists in all realms. We are the I am, divine incarnated in these earthly bodies. We are a fragment of the divine source, the creator. We are here to create. The second, not that there wasn't so much more, but in 2020 I knew that we would be entering the age of Aquarius. I knew, even though the 60s song sung about it, they were singing about it. They knew that we weren't there yet. There was a lot of enlightened people, taking enlightening drugs. Unfortunately, a lot of them got called back into the holograph by societal norms and what was expected of them. Maybe they thought it was drug induced, but they seen something that was truth. We are in the age of Aquarius, and the children of the sun are rising. I'm not an astrologer by any means. And to know this, 4 years prior, but here we have entered that time. And I believe that the last of the awakenings are happening while the sun is in Aquarius. There have been many that have awoken before this, as I have. But I think that last batch, those who are going to awaken are going to awaken. And unfortunately, those who have escaped the holographic perceived world will enter back in. Because it's the easier path. For the awakened, it is a harder path. That which is less traveled, but has so much greater potential and rewards. We are rising up, empowered by our purpose. This is what will cause the collapse of the old systems, the old paradigms of the old world. As we unite into the conscious collective, it's like we are the fools prepared, ready, and not afraid to embrace the new earth. We are the black sheep, the mystics, the macabres, and the rarities. We are the light workers, the Reiki masters, the healers. We are the embodiment of divine, feminine, and masculine. We're using our gifts and talents to create. We are the chosen that are creating this new earth through our magic. For some of you, you may have felt a calling since you were a child of your purpose, and maybe thought it was silly, childish thoughts. When I was a child, I was very religious. Grew up Pentecostal, spoke in tongues, knew God's source the way it was taught. My personal relationship with the divine God source is so much different today. I've read the Bible front and back, and I've always had a discernment for You know, it's just like when I do readings, I feel like I speak in parables, but so did the Bible. And it is for the wise, those who are called to discern the word and know the truth. When I was younger, I wanted to be a nun. Oh, I love God's source with all my heart as I knew him then. And I've always told people you should think back about when you were a child and those, past dreams, whether it was I want to be a movie star or whatever it was. That's before the world really got to you and changed you and took you off your life purpose. And because I always felt outcast and lonely and never heard or understood, there's a difference between listening and hearing. When we hear, that is discernment. You know, I never thought of that I would be reading tarot, channeling through the divine, my guides and angels. And it just, dawned on me the other day, is that so far from that wish, that dream of being a nun, a spiritual teacher? We are everything. That was another thing about the ecosystem, that everything inside of oneself, we have everything we need. You just have to tap into it. You have to believe that you can heal yourself. You have to believe that you will never be left out in the cold, that the divine has a plan for you. Excuse me. And the only thing that can steal that from you is fear. I've been talking about this ecosystem and fear for a long time, that fear is the greatest negative vibration, because it will steal, kill, and destroy everything good in your life, and it will take you off your path of your purpose. I had a lot of fear growing up. Fear of abandonment, fear of not being accepted, and it took me off my path. And I thought if I had more self-esteem, more self-confidence, the issues that went on in my family didn't exist. But my angels told me you were never off your path. That I needed to have these embodied experiences. that put me here today, that allows me to know the worst and the best of humans, to understand, to empathize, to help me to come to that agape love. And that was given to me by my angels, my team. That is their name, and that is why I've changed some of my platforms to that name. I would get a lot of downloads of things I didn't understand. I would have to look up. Always going down the rabbit hole. Using my discernment to figure out what it is I'm being shown, what it is I'm being brought to, what I need to know. My ego mind thinks I've gotten off my path. But my higher self knows that everything happened for the reasons it happened, to put me here today, right where I am, and to step into my true purpose. There are no mistakes. So, with that being said, let's see if we can pull a few tarot cards just to see what Spirit would have us all know during this time. Spirit, what would you have? The collective no. Empress, we are the creators. Absolutely. Why do I feel that one too? King of Wands. Oh, thank you. Creativity, action, empowerment. Putting our crowns on, wearing them proudly. And we have awoke. Clarity. We are all seeing things so much clearer through this time. And we are walking away from the old earth, the old paradigms, taking that knowledge and creating this new earth. Six of Pentacles. I feel this energy is saying that some will stay, some will go, some will come in to this knowledge and will walk away, and some will go back in. But this is collective energy. Collective consciousness, us all working together to create, sharing ideals, sharing in that energy, Guides and angels are coming in and giving me a download right now. You have all the power. Page of Cups. This is seeing that agape love for the first time with this eyes of innocence and hope. Six of Swords. This is getting out of one earth, going into another. Leaving the old behind and stepping into the new. I'm going to get a couple witchlets and then we will call it wisdom. Yeah, we are banishing the old earth, stepping into the new with that wisdom, that clarity. Inner wisdom nurtures the skills necessary to see through all possibilities. Absolutely, discernment. You have the power to banish any negative and unwanted problems. Absolutely. Mind. Where your mind goes, the rest follows. Inspiration. This is that creativity, being inspired to create. An inspired mind is willing to reach beyond limitations because there is none. There is no limitation. If you feel limited, that is your mind. That is fear. And what did we say about fear? You know, strength and courage is not because you did something and weren't afraid. It is being afraid and doing it anyway. It is the hero's journey. It is the fool. We are embodying the full energy. Because I feel like even if there is I shouldn't say fear, but scared, you know, worried. Fear is a little stronger. It cripples you. But even with that worry and that trepidation of something new, we're still doing it anyway because we're inspired to do so. You're banishing the fear. Caution is not a bad thing. We should always, I mean, you wouldn't just walk without looking if you knew there was a bunch of holes there. That is the wisdom. Caution. Thoughtfulness. Not fear. So, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. And I hope you enjoyed this reading and me sharing of myself with you. You may relate to it. It may trigger something within you, Could be a good trigger or a bad trigger. But either way, it is going to give you that food for thought. So many blessings. Blessed be. Peace out and agape.